The multiverse is a scientific theory that suggests the idea that there could be an infinite number of other universes almost identical to ours, but very slightly different. Some people say that this is impossible, some people say that it's stupid, but I want to prove that it's true. And not only that, I want to destroy it all. But how do you destroy an infinite number of anything? I can destroy an apple by eating it, but I can't eat an infinite number of apples. It's just not possible. Unless I have this theory that every universe can be accessed through some sort of multiversal hub. And if I can somehow manage to enter the hub, I could cut off access to every universe, causing them all to collapse. But I know I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, so allow me to explain why I decided to do all of this in the first place. Token SMP Day 1. Let me tell you something about this server. It's filled to the brim with inconsiderate people who don't read the rules and will kill you for no reason. And don't even get me started on the owners. These two are simply just the worst. Killer seems to care more about milking people than moderating his server, and 3 just doesn't log on. With all of those things combined, the server just isn't very fun. And in a dire attempt to find something fun to do, I started searching for glitches in the code. And I found a lot. I found a way to do any item in the game, infinitely teleport, remove myself from tab list, throw players thousands of blocks into the sky, and most important of all, I could hold 2 tokens at once. Whoa, look at that, I forgot to introduce a crucial plot point. Silly me. On the server, there are 10 custom items called tokens. These items all have abilities that make it easier to run out of fight with other players. I was lucky enough to get the Grinder token, which is basically the best token on the server, giving you Fortune 4 and Hero of the Village at all times. Now, there's just one problem with the code for this token. The Fortune 4 works on everything, allowing you to duplicate literally any block in the game, and upon sharing this information with my teammates, we had managed to gather more gear than the average creative mode player, quite literally making us the strongest players on the server. But now that we have everything, what else was there to do? Well, obviously, we're gonna get items from other universes and bring them into mine. But what items? Well, I have 4 in mind. Damage dealt. A diamond sword that can instantly kill any player. The Capital Crown. A netherite helmet that gives you permanent effects such as strength, speed, and regen. The Splash Potion of Frostbite. A potion that makes the player really, really cold. And last, but most certainly not least, the Server Ender. An item that has destroyed an entire world before.
It will destroy the server. There's no going back.
This is the item I plan on using to destroy the multiverse. And back on the topic of the multiverse, how are we supposed to get in? I mean, we would literally have to rip open the fabric of the universe to create a wormhole to do that. Well, if I can obtain these 4 items, it should cause an anomaly in the timeline and hopefully create a wormhole. But that's just the problem. How do we even get the items in the first place? Well, honestly, I don't know. But I know someone who might. Big Brain, a good friend of mine and also conveniently a game developer, meaning he's an expert at code.
Yep, that's me.
Thanks. So, you said you know how I could get those 4 items?
We'll have a general idea. Minecraft items are basically just a line of code in the game files. So if you can update the config and think you're holding a different item, you should be able to get the item.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Bro, you're stupid.
It's a good thing I know how to alter my game files. Well, kind of. After a bit of trial and error, we got the items, which means that eventually... Oh! A wormhole! Now that we have a wormhole, we're kinda on the clock to enter it, because if we take too long, a second wormhole will open, and then a third, and a fourth, and eventually they'll tear apart the entire world. While doing some testing, I found out that simply just trying to walk through the wormhole causes you nothing but pain, meaning it's simply not an option. And I honestly don't really know of any other ways I could get in. Oh wait. What the hell was that? That was the multiverse, which is clearly more chaotic than I thought. If I want to get in and destroy it, I'll need to stabilize it somehow. But that's a big word, and I don't know how to do that, so instead of focusing on the multiverse, I'm gonna take a second to focus on the sponsor of today's video, Token SMP Shop. We recently just dropped new clothing centered around the multiverse, and I might be a bit biased, but I think it looks pretty sick. This is actually the first time I've ever released merch for anything. And so I decided that to celebrate, for the first week after I released this video, you can use discount code HONKBONK for 25% off any product. So now you literally have no excuse not to go buy something. That's tokensmp.shop and discount code HONKBONK at checkout, or to make it easier on yourself, you can click the link at the top of the description. you've probably noticed me collecting resources in the back. That's because I decided to get my team in on the plans. I mean, you know what they say, 4 minds works better than 1, except it's more like 2 minds because my teammates are useless. Derpy doesn't even log onto the server, and when we told him about the glitches we found, he was absolutely dumbfounded.
We could tell him about how you can hold 6 tokens at once.
Pixel is fine, but I don't really trust him. You see, ever since day 1, he's been in cahoots with our enemy, Josh. He's constantly in VC with him and refuses to help us when we want to fight him. And that leaves King, probably the smartest person on this team. You see, in the last season of Token, he destroyed the entire server with 100,000 TNT, a world record amount. He's destructive, he's smart, and he's perfect for this plan. And so I decided to arrange a meeting with him in our new base to ask him for his help.
Hey, Elyk.
Alright, listen, King. I need your help with a massive project, but you can't tell anyone else about it.
Alright, what is it?
I'm going to destroy the multiverse.
What are you on about? This ain't Spider-Man, this is Minecraft. Have you gone crazy?
That's not important right now. What is important is, are you in or are you out?
Okay, I'm in, but only on one condition.
Yeah?
We let Pixel and Derpy help.
His offer was risky, but enticing. I could get the help I need, and all I had to do was risk the entire plan. Was it really worth it? You have a deal. We invited Pixel and Derpy to the base, and we started to grind for as much gear as we could get. At the end of the day, we had barrels filled with maxed out armor, and the best part, we marked each set with our own names to show who made the most armor. Is there a single set in here with Derpy's name on it?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, Derpy was kinda useless, but he's funny, so it's okay. With all of this gear, our team was ready to take on any threat that came our way. And so we did. We went to Josh's base to blow it up and kill him, finally taking him off of our list of problems. But there's just one problem with that. When we actually decided to blow it up...
How about we just start breaking... Oh! Beep, kill him.
What happened?
Ow! What the hell?
Yeah. Whoa!
Whoa!
Guys,
Whoa!
Who lit it? Dip.
What the?
Run.
I went from max health to no health in less than a second, leaving my team to fend for themselves. And one by one, they were killed. And to make matters even worse, after his attack, Josh created a group of people to search for our base and destroy it. But our base was well hidden. There was no way anyone would find it. There was no way to see it on pie chart, and we had a fake destroyed base right next to it to make sure people leave. So needless to say, we weren't too worried about Josh finding our base. Oh no, oh come on man, he had found our base, and to make matters even worse, Pixel, the guy I suspected of betraying us, literally changed his name to match Josh's in the same hour. Pixel had almost definitely betrayed us, and with nowhere else to turn, we kicked him out of our team. We had no base, no gear, and we were down a teammate. We had gone from being the most powerful players to having nothing in a span of seconds. But that didn't mean we were gonna give up, and so, full of determination, I went to bed excited to see what would happen tomorrow.
Are you? In spirit, yes, but literally, no. I'm more like an idea than a physical being. An embodiment of the multiverse, yes. You feel very smart right now. What? Look over there. Wait, I just did that. A few days ago, yes. How is that possible, though? I'm right here, right now. You're always everywhere all the time in the multiverse. It's like a loop. Picture a piece of paper. You got it? A piece of paper, sure. Cool. Now fold that piece of paper in half and stick a pencil in it. Are you explaining a wormhole? What? No. See, we are the pencil. We're the bridge between everything that has ever existed. Like a book. Yeah, sure, if you're an idiot. I'm sorry? You should be. It's more like a cake. Every point in time is an ingredient, and they're all baked into the multiverse. Everything that happens is happening, and it will happen, and it already has happened. Time doesn't progress. Bingo! It's all just 1 second, forever, happening all at once. But you may notice, there's only one of me. Time is an event. Right again! If I leave, a past version of me would come in to replace me. It's like that one saying about a door and a window. So what you're saying is as long as you never leave, nothing you do will loop? Yes, and unfortunately for you, you've already left. So can he, I, be stopped? You can temporarily throw him off his beaten path, but it'll always end the same way. He'll leave the multiverse and loop all over again. Wait, will I loop? That's unlikely. You didn't enter the multiverse, and therefore you'll never leave. So what am I here for? If I had to guess, I'm probably supposed to tell you about the universal core. Universal what? It's pretty much a one-way ticket out of your universe. You have to destroy it in order to stabilize the wormholes. I see. Unfortunately, it looks like we're running out of time. Would you happen to have insomnia? What, insomnia?
It was a dream. Update, it was not a dream. 2 more wormholes have opened and a bridge has started falling towards spawn. Not only that, but the wormholes have been acting just weird in general, like as if they were upset about something. I did some research and the only thing I could find that would make them act like this is if you weren't subscribed, which is weird because I know that you're subscribed. Right? On a more serious note, with the rate that this bridge is falling, it'll be roughly 2 weeks before it hits spawn, potentially destroying everything around it. So that gives me 2 weeks to figure out what's holding me back from the multiverse and how to destroy it. But before we could do any of that, my team decided to ally with the paparazzi to get a base and some gear. And while we didn't tell them about our plans, we didn't really have to. Pixel had already spread the word around for us, and now everyone was trying to stop us. I didn't really know how to combat this. Our team can't really kill anyone. Like, we all actually suck. That is, unless you happen to be paying attention right at the beginning of this video when I said that. And most important of all, I could hold 2 tokens at once. 2 tokens. And not just that, King had discovered how to hold 6. If we could actually use this to our advantage, we'd go back to being the most powerful team. And so, King grinded the tokens that we would need and convinced an admin on the server to give us bundles. And using a mod that stops the server from knowing when you opened your inventory, we can hold as many tokens as we want all at the same time. And using this, our enemies would drop like flies. And so we decided to put that theory to the test. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what 6 tokens looks like. We just killed 2 teams, and to make it even better, we managed to take all of their gear, putting us back on the top of the food chain. And when we started noticing people running from spawn, just from being told that we were gonna show up, I realized that we may finally be in the clear to focus on the multiverse again. Now, have I mentioned that the wormholes move? Because they do, like a lot. Like, this wormhole was over here yesterday, and now it's just like in the water. Like, what are you doing down there, bro? Oh, now see, that makes more sense. This flood is pretty much a non-issue right now, although it has made it harder to kill people at spawn, so maybe I'll look into it eventually. So the wormholes can move, and they're strong enough to literally lift up the ocean. Cool! And I have to contain one in a little cave underground. Luckily, I'll only have to keep it there for like a day so I can go through it, but I need to be absolutely sure that I can go through before I make it. But to do that, I have to destroy this supposed universal core, which is still yet to be found, and even if I did want to find it, where would I begin? I mean, I can't just start aimlessly digging around hoping for the best. But luckily I did have one lead on where it might be. Think about the core of an apple. It's in the center. So maybe the universal core will be in the center of the world. And so with my hopes high, I started heading towards 0-0, and when I arrived, I began digging down. I've been digging for a while now, and honestly, I just don't think it's here. I mean, I'll go to bedrock just to make sure, but if it's not here, I don't know where else it would be. Who is messaging me right now, bro? Wait, is it? No way that she found it before me, bro. Upon heading back to spawn, I found that the water had raised up by a block, and in the process, it had lifted up spawn, revealing a hole with the universal core in it. But when I tried to break it, I found that the average pickaxe won't do anything to it. If I wanted to break this, I was going to need something bigger, something heavier, something stronger. While waiting for the bridge to fall, I decided to check up on my teammates. Apparently, they'd come up with some plan for world domination, and I was just asleep when it happened. So when I went to their location, I was understandably shocked. What the hell did you guys build? This is a raid farm that produces hundreds of totems. Now, here's the thing about that. Totems are banned on this server. There's literally code written that makes it so if you pop a totem, you instantly get your inventory cleared. It's a big deal. And their plan was simple. They'd create a machine that shot hundreds of totems into the end portal every second. And then as everyone was entering the end, it would fill their inventories with totems. This meant that by the end of the fight, almost everyone would have accidentally used at least one totem, giving us a massive advantage in the end fight. Speaking of the end fight, it's in 2 weeks, and my team really wants that dragon egg. Unfortunately, I simply don't care for all of that because I'll be long gone by then. Speaking of which, it's moving faster than I thought it would. At this rate, it'll hit spawn by as early as tomorrow. Everything I know, all the people I love, it all leads up to tomorrow. It's a special feeling knowing that your entire life purpose will be fulfilled in mere hours. Looking around the server, I took in everything I could. Made sure that everything was finished. I needed to be absolutely sure that I was satisfied with my decision. This book goes out to whoever may find it in the future. It may very well get lost to time, but in the event that it doesn't, my name is Elyk, and I'm going to enter the multiverse today. And I have full intentions of destroying it. But there's something that no one knows yet. Something I've been planning for a while. After I destroy the multiverse, I intend on making a whole new universe. One that is perfect. One that is thriving in every aspect.
Dear Eleanor, some things are worth fighting for. Everyone has at least one thing they would fight for, whether it be a person, an object, an idea. We all have one. For me, Eleanor, it's you. I will give you your happily ever after. I'll give you a world in which you can watch the sunset as the birds chirp in the distance. You'll be able to hear the water flow in the tiny river next to your house. You'll have peace. There's really only one thing comparable to all of that. Silence. See, when you finally have silence in your life, it means you have nothing to worry about. The silence is the sign that the horrible storm you were oh so scared of is finally over. When your parents finish arguing while you're sitting in your bedroom, all you hear is silence. When the guns stop firing shots and the war is over, you'll hear nothing. To have nothing but your thoughts and the ringing in your ears, that, Eleanor, that is what I fight for. For you. I'm going to do some things I may come to regret in the future. And this may all end with me being lost in between dimensions, drifting away endlessly as nothing but a distant memory. But when you find this letter, you'll know that it was all for you. And that's enough for me. Tell me, do you ever feel a strange sadness as dusk falls?